Hello and welcome to a brand new video on my channel, An Idiot on the Internet. I'm an idiot, this is the internet. And today's video I wasn't actually expecting to do, but I'm so glad and excited that I get to. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine reached out to me and asked me, would I like to buy this particular console and his games off of him, and I was like, "Oh yes, please." This is a console that I've been meaning to get and I've wanted to get, but I didn't think I was going to be able to get this particular variant of the console. So when he messaged me and asked me if I wanted it, it was a no-brainer. I absolutely wanted it. So let's get straight into it, because I don't know how long this video is going to be, because I want to show you it. So the console in question is, ta-da, the Resident Evil 4 Platinum GameCube. This came out when the game came out, I think back in 2004. 2004? 2005? It says 2005 on the back. So go with 2005. So it's almost 20 years old. This box, this console, is almost 20 years old. There could quite possibly be people watching this video that weren't born when this came out, or are the same age, which is insane. This particular version, but the actual, this here, I believe was originally mine. I bought this and sold it to my friend like 19 years ago. And he's had it and looked after it ever since. If you can see that it is in near immaculate condition. It's been well looked after. I mean, if I could critique anything, which I can't really, but if I could, and I did, I mean, there's a crease on the box on the front, a crease. But I mean, given the fact that the console's so old, you know, I've seen much worse. I've seen ones without boxes. So, yeah, what do you get with this? Well, obviously you get that console there, the Platinum GameCube with the Resident Evil 4 faceplate, but you also get a copy of the game and a limited edition bonus disc. Now, he sold me the rest of his games as well, and we're going to go through that. But I'll show you his game. So this is his copy of Resident Evil 4. I did open it yesterday just to have a quick look, and I found this. Can you see that? This here is what we're talking about here, not the normal games, but this third disc. And I couldn't remember, and I hadn't looked at the box yet, so I didn't remember or realise that it actually came with a bonus disc. So I have a 3-disc version of Resident Evil 4 now, which is fantastic. And it actually says on the back of the box, the limited edition bonus disc contains making of video of Resident Evil 4, videos of previous Resident Evil games, and an exclusive demo version. So yeah, super duper happy that he kept the disc and it's complete in here with this one. So yeah, we've got a complete package of Resident Evil. Let's quickly go through what's actually in the box and show you all. Again, being oh so careful because it is 20 years old and I don't want to break it. So we're gonna do another stand-up jobby today. And it's got all the cables. Great. Lovely. Okay, where is it? Okay. This is gonna connected. What's going on? What's it stuck on? It's stuck on something. Right, so let's put it on its side like that. Beautiful. Okay. Right, so yeah, that's the complete box. And it comes with all the baggies and that as well and everything. So it comes with the instruction manual and the little Nintendo poster that you get. And here is the console itself. Right there. And like that. Lovely. Great stuff. Yay. And we have the Resident Evil 4 controller as well. That feels very light. You forget how light some things are sometimes. So, one other thing that I know he got at the time, I believe he got it. I can't remember if I got it, but I'm going to say he got it. At the release of Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube, Game released a exclusive memory card for the console and to coincide with the release of the game. So I've got a third party but official Resident Evil 0 memory card, which is 4 megabytes. So that's also cool to have. I'm going to put that in one of the cases. Spoilers. So, yeah, everything's here. Everything's complete. We're just going to put that off to the side, and then we'll quickly look at some of the games that I got as well. Let's go. So, let's start off with Resident Evil 0. Now, these are all complete with manual. Not only does it have the manual, but a number of these have the receipt. I remember when Resident Evil first came out on the GameCube, I think it was 2002. I remember seeing my friend running to Game to pre-order his console. Was it pre-order the console or was it to buy the game? I can't remember now. But I remember seeing him running into the shop because I also went to the shop around about the same time. And yeah, he didn't want to be late for work. So I remember us both getting it, which is fantastic. Another game is Resident Evil, yeah, which is the one that I'm talking about. Also has the receipt inside, also complete. Did have a promo DVD that came out exclusive with Game. My friend believes he still has it. He just needs to find it, and hopefully he does, and then I'll have that as well. Thank you very much. But we have Resident Evil 0, which acts as a prequel to the game. And we will just pop this memory card in there like that. And it is lovely and complete. So yes, Resident Evil is one of my favourite franchises. It's a lot of people's, or one of a lot of people's favourite franchises. I'm not going to bog the video down with going into all of that. But Resident Evil is quite possibly my favourite game, and the remake for the GameCube is most probably my favourite game of all time. The Resident Evil remake is fantastic. Again, I don't want to talk about it too much because there's hundreds of videos on YouTube where people do deep dives into the retrospectives and how good the game is. It's been remastered and put on literally every single console now since the GameCube. If you haven't played it and you do like scary games, I can't believe that you haven't played it. But yeah, fantastic. To round it off then, we also have Resident Evil 2 for the GameCube. Resident Evil 3 for the GameCube. And Resident Evil Code Veronica X for the GameCube. So we now have the complete series of Resident Evil for the GameCube that I can play. I really did like the remakes that they've done. I'm not gonna like poo-poo them. They are great. However, I mean, I haven't actually played them as well, full disclosure, because I haven't played the PS4 yet, haven't played the games. But I've watched playthroughs, I've watched people's reviews on them, and as much as I do love them, there seems to be something lost a little bit with the scenarios. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but the scenario A and B for Resident Evil 2 doesn't seem as maybe fleshed out as or all right in thinking. I mean, it was a long time since I watched the videos, but the thing that I do remember from it is that even there is a scenario A and B, but the ending kind of becomes the same, and where people are at certain times comes a little muddled, whereas in the original, I don't really think that is the case. So even though I do love and respect that they've done Resident Evil 2 and 3, I knew in the back of my mind that eventually I did want to go back and get the originals, because one, they're the originals, but two, also it's to me a more complete version of the game. Sorry, but it is, especially, I mean, you can't discredit that with Resident Evil 3. Again, I never actually played this all the way through because Nemesis scared the shit out of me when I was little. But the amount that they took out of the Resident Evil 3 remake, I'm so glad I've got this. So now I have the complete collection of Resident Evil with his Resident Evil 4 from around here. So yeah, a complete series, which is fantastic, which is the main reason why I wanted to get a GameCube again in the first place. And I'm just so happy again that I was able to get the variant that I did, the Resident Evil 4 GameCube. It kind of makes sense. The other game that we got when we got his collection was Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. I remember this coming out. I did have it. I played it for maybe 2 hours. My friend completed it. This is the one where kind of stuff happens in the game and on the screen and stuff to kind of mess with you, to mess with the characters' sanity levels. Like I think it would like turn itself off, or give the illusion of turning itself off, or changing the channel and stuff like that. And like limbs would fall off your characters just randomly and stuff like that. So maintaining your sanity was a big part of this game, and it also came out around about the same time as the Resident Evil remake, so 2002. Really nice, good game, spooky game. And we've got the collector's edition DVD that comes with that. I imagine this was, yeah, it's got a sticker on the back. It's a exclusive promo from Game. Like I said before, Resident Evil remake came out with one as well, and it basically has trailers and I believe the opening cutscene on the disc. So hopefully you can find that out as well, and I'll be taking that off him as well, please. A few years ago, because I knew that I would eventually want to get this console again, I personally went out and got some games, because I buy games for consoles that I want but don't have yet. I don't know, but I do. So I've got my own versions of Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0, which is great. Like I said, I love Resident Evil and the Resident Evil remake, so those were games I had to get. Resident Evil 0 is tough as balls though, right? It's that whole no storage box thing where you have to... I'll completely admit, I used the strategy guide for Resident Evil 0. I'm not sorry, I'm not great at games. That will be something that you'll all see as the channel progresses, and if I start doing, playing games on the channel, which I hope to do, to go through the tremendous backlog of games that I've got, but you'll see how bad I am at those games. But one game that I did manage to get again before I got all of this was Resident Evil 4, and I got this this version. I think it was off of eBay or maybe Amazon. It's the Resident Evil 4 in a limited edition, no, a limited Evil edition case. It's just a promotional case, I believe, was at a shop. Well, let's go with Game again. Probably at Game. It might have been HMV. Might have been Virgin, if Virgin was still Virgin back then. Yeah, it doesn't have a barcode on the back, so it's literally just a display box, but somebody obviously took it and then resold it on whatever platform they did, and I snagged it, I bought it. So yeah, that's my version of Resident Evil 4. So I don't really know what I'm going to do straight away in regards to, do I sell my ones or do I just keep them all? So I've got a backup copy. Not really sure what to do with that. But the last two games that I bought about 5 or 6 years ago, when I knew that I wanted to get the console again eventually, I'm a big kind of superhero fan, and my favourite superhero is Superman. Unapologetically, Superman is my favourite superhero, and I believe one of the most recognisable characters ever. So I bought, in my opinion, the best Superman game, and that's not really hard to that's not really hard to beat, because there's been some doozies in regards to Superman. I mean, people think Superman 64 isn't great. Superman Returns on the PS2 and 360 isn't all that great either. But back during the PS2 and GameCube era, they brought out Shadows of Apocalypse, which to me is easily the best game that they've ever made of Superman. I do have memories of playing this as well, and I enjoyed playing through it. So really glad to have this back in the collection again. Again, it's complete with manual, of course, because I don't buy stuff without manuals. It sends my OCD off. And finally, because we are a DC, well, a superhero fan, a DC fan, a Marvel fan, I got Batman Vengeance for the GameCube as well. This cover is the NTSC North American release cover, simply because I liked the cover more than the UK one. The UK one, he's slightly off to the side, perched, looking like he's looking down at Gotham, and I just liked the kind of full frontal look of this case with his rogues gallery, enemies in the background. I just thought it looked cooler, so I got this version instead. Well, I didn't get this version. I bought the game twice and swapped out the covers. So inside is a PAL version of the game, and the North American cover is on the front. So yeah, I'll be able to play it on the console, no problems. So that's it for the moment. I have a brand new console. I have the Resident Evil 4 limited edition platinum console with the entire Resident Evil collection up to that point. At some point, I would like to get the Capcom 5, the exclusive 5 titles that Capcom released for the GameCube. Only 4 of them, I believe, were released. Resident Evil 4 was one of them. Beautiful Joe was another. And Killer 7 was the other one. That's 3. So was Resident Evil part of that as well? I know one of them wasn't released. So out of the Capcom 5, there's only 4. So I might already have 2 of them, and I need to get Beautiful Joe and Killer 7, which I believe is quite expensive these days. So yeah. So thank you very much for joining me on this video. It is probably one of my unwanted grails. It's a console that I didn't think I was going to get again. That the fact that I was able to get it is everything. You know, something that you think is unattainable, but then something happens and you end up being able to get it. So that's pretty much what this situation is, and I wanted to share it all with you. Yeah, let me know down in the comment section down below, anything, everything. Do you have a GameCube? Have you played the Resident Evil series? Do you like the Resident Evil series? Do you not like the Resident Evil series? What's your favorite Resident Evil? Yeah, just let me know. Let's talk. Let's chat. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it go now. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all again soon. I don't know why I say that, because I don't see any of you. But I don't really know how to finish these videos. So, bye.